Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Right here, we'll be watching some interesting and unsettling videos that'll make you question our reality. So let's go! Alright.
Music labels just changed forever. The world's first AI record label is here, and it's pretty insane. It's called Higgsfield Records, and their debut star isn't even human at all. It's Keon, a fully AI-generated K-pop idol. No singer, no dancer, just AI. And their tagline, you don't need talent anymore. Your face is enough. Here's how it works. First, you upload a selfie. Then, their AI systems will build a digital double of you. Lip sync, motion, and effects are all automated and built in. And now anyone can become an idol without ever needing to step into a studio. And the potential here is huge. The AI music industry is already worth $2.9 billion and projected to be worth $12 billion by 2031. Higgsfield is betting big that the next superstar might not even be human at all. So is this the future of music, or is it the end of human artistry? Drop your take in the comments and follow me if you want to stay ahead of AI's craziest moves, because right now is just the beginning.
Wow. Who doesn't want to be a K-pop idol? Alright.
Sometimes I wish that we could literally just go back to the way things once were, like our boomer generation understood it.
I have an apple around 4 o'clock.
Like afternoon, 4 o'clock?
Seems
Morning.
real zen, like. Is he like a Buddhist monk?
Well, that's all he does?
It's 4 o'clock. There's always time for a song. 4 o'clock apple. Whoa. That's a show?
Yeah, I guess so.
All he does is sit around eating apples?
At 4 o'clock, yeah.
Really? Was it in the cable? Or was it like one of those ancient, like YouTube, when YouTube just started?
What's that? Oh, scientists believe they have solved the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle? Tell me more! Yeah, scientists have been studying the Bermuda Triangle like crazy, and they believe they've come across the answer as to what has been going on at the Bermuda Triangle with all the missing planes and ships and all the fun stuff. First, they believe there's these huge waves called rogue waves. It happens when multiple weather anomalies happen and they collide with each other, causing insane 100-foot or taller waves that would go ahead and take out any ship or boat out in the area. Oh, goody. But it doesn't stop there. They have these insane eddies that spin like crazy. It's like a sinkhole in the water that would just suck down anything in the water and it wouldn't come back up. Fun. They also believe with some of these actual storms that there's actually a magnetic pull in the water that is pulling down planes, making them crash and then sucking them down to the bottom of the ocean. Okay.
So yeah, I've been hearing about Bermuda Triangle has this big whirlpool situation going on. So I don't know if this information is new or not. I would like to see more. Tell me more.
So what's going on right now, with a lot of people don't know, is that there's a massive outage going on right now. I don't know if you heard about that. So here's what's going on with the DMV, the post office. Numerous institutions right now are completely down because there's a cyber hack going on right now. And the DMV isn't open right now out here in Nevada. There's the post office. A lot of post offices are down. And they're saying that they're trying to keep it under wraps, but I think it's bigger than what they're putting off, because I think this is like, what, the 3rd or 4th day that it's completely down. Like, we tried to go to the DMV the other day and they're like, it's closed. Yeah. Are we seeing something on a major scale? Because if you remember, not too long ago,
Casinos here.
The casinos got hacked.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that rant, they never
I don't think they caught
those
them.
guys.
They didn't catch them.
They never caught them.
Nope.
They got millions of dollars. They're like, hey, we'll turn on the games again. Yeah. Pay this ransom. And
well, actually, I think there was two. One of them paid and the other one didn't. And it was like 5x for the one that didn't pay.
Yeah.
What they spent.
And the casinos are really in trouble right now because tourism is down. Right now, they have $13 for a slice of pizza, $26 for a bottle of water. Yeah. Like, this is what's going on right now. Like, right now, Caesars Entertainment, they don't own the land that they're on, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're paying $6.4 million a day in interest.
Wow.
So because they take out these massive loans to these private equity companies. Yeah. And that's what, like, Blackstone, VC, all these big firms, they own a lot of the land on the strip. So what's happening right now is that they're like, have to pay these premiums because they took out these massive loans, and then now everything is It's just, you know, the economy's not great right now.
Right.
So they have to charge these like crazy resort fees and all this other stuff is going on, and it just trickles down to the consumer.
So that's why my hamburger is $30.
Oh my God. You paid
Was it really?
Almost.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is the video that's going viral right now, showing the Llorona, and it was posted by a random account on TikTok. It was from this guy, his name is Oscar Martinez. I'm guessing from a security camera that he has. You can see the dogs barking, and then as soon as they heard the cry, they started howling, crying as well.
Whoa, what the fuck? My eyes are tearing right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of like the craziest Llorona videos I've seen in a while.
That's what
bro.
I'm saying, bro. When I saw it, the dogs are the most convincing part,
Yeah, of
bro.
course, yeah.
And plus, like, it looks like it's just like gliding, bro.
I think it's real.
Let us know in the comments if you guys think that video is real or not.
Yeah, the dogs are convincing because they're howling. When you take a closer look, not only is a white robe, it seems like there is a shadow or something dark right next to it or right behind it.
So it's what, 1992?
1992. I was the chief of aerospace medicine, and he said, I've got something to show you even you have never seen.
Wow.
And when I sat down in his chair, there's a saucer 20 feet across, was sort of like a modified egg. There were no rivets, no
Modified
seams.
egg.
Then later on, it rotated. It was clear as day. It said U.S. Air Force. But then when I said, why would we build it in a design like this? He looked at me and went, we got it from them. I flew helicopters and I flew F-16s. No vehicle I have ever known of could obtain a 45-degree angle of attack without moving. So when these companies say, look, we made this thing, look at how fancy it is, that's to get the people's attention so they don't look at this other thing that they're spending all the money on.
So yeah, so it makes sense if we have their technology, but my question is still stuck on like, why all the cover up? Like, crazy amount of the cover up American government is doing is ridiculous. Maybe every country is doing that, just like rich and powerful people are usually doing that, but really hate that feeling. All right.
A new study from MIT found that using AI like ChatGPT to write for you causes measurable cognitive decline, and the damage might be permanent. Researchers used EEG scans to measure the brain activity of students writing essays. The results are terrifying. Students who used AI showed significantly weaker neural connectivity. Their brains were literally disengaging. When interviewed just minutes after finishing, 83% of the students who used AI could not recall a single sentence from the essay they had just written. When the students who had used AI were later asked to write without it, their brain activity did not return to normal. Their neural pathways remained weaker than the students who never used AI in the first place. The study calls this an accumulation of cognitive debt. You're offloading the work of thinking and remembering, and your brain adapts by shutting down.
Scientists have built a supercomputer designed off a monkey's brain. What makes Darwin interesting and this kind of tech is that it mimics how a brain works. When you ask ChatGPT what kind of potato you are, it has to come through all the potatoes and anything that looks like a potato to tell me I'm a fingerling. What Darwin does is process information through on and off spikes, a lot like the human brain, where it needs to meet a certain threshold to be turned on.
I feel that.
So, if it's not a potato, then it doesn't turn on and move through the process. A lot like neurons in your brain that only turn on when they meet the threshold and need to respond. Darwin has over 2 billion artificial neurons and 100 billion synapses, which is a lot, but for reference, the human brain has about 100 billion neurons that can make over 100 trillion connections. This is a kind of technology that's
Just
really
98
starting to
more
behave
billion
like a human brain.
neurons
They're
to
called
go.
spiking neural networks, or SNNs. ends, and they're really good for robotics because, like a human, a physical entity moving through the world needs to make quick decisions when it comes across an obstacle. Things like motor control and real-time decision-making, like when a ball is coming for its head. I'm not entirely sure why they specified that this is based off a monkey's brain. I couldn't find a detailed reason, but I think it's because this type of monkey has about the same number of neurons, but it's only a matter of time until they add enough to match the number of neurons in a human brain.
The chip that made specifically for AI is called Darwin. Ooh, that's pretty fitting. Ooh.
This will probably become the most controversial movie of the year. A Jesus Christ horror movie is about to drop, and the plot is absolutely wild. It's called The Carpenter's Son, and in the teaser trailer we see it's gonna star Nicolas Cage of all people to play Joseph. We got Noah Jupe starring as Jesus and FKA Twigs as Mary. But instead of following his life and ministry like most Jesus movies, this one is gonna be totally different. In fact, they use the phrase, a dark reimagining of Jesus. Now, the plot will revolve around him and his family hiding out in Roman Egypt while he is still a child, when one day he starts to discover his inherent powers. I mean, it's sounding like a freaking superhero movie so far. And according to the film's synopsis, quote, as he exercises his own power, the boy and his family become the target of horrors, natural and divine, which also leads Jesus to rebel against his guardian, Joseph. And I'm not gonna lie, Nick Cage, cooked. Now, of course, this has led to a lot of backlash online with Christians calling it blasphemous and offensive, while others are saying that this biblical horror is exciting and a fresh take on the genre. Now, it's set to release later this year, but what do you guys think? Is this too far to make a horror movie about Jesus, or fair game?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna cause a lot of drama among the religious community. I'm definitely not gonna go to the movie theater to watch that, but I definitely gonna see how people react after that. All right.
I don't know if y'all jumped down that Burning Man Festival rabbit hole, but I'm on the Burning Man side of TikTok, and this shit is crazy. First off, all the videos that I see right now, people seem like they're having a good time. But once you start digging deeper, it's a lot of evil shit that people aren't talking about. Let's talk about the fact that every year Burning Man happens, it's always a natural disaster that comes with it. Right now, they're experiencing a crazy dust storm, and they're still partying. And I just say partying because all of them are over there having a good time. This is what I'm seeing. Mind you, these people are in the middle of the desert. You see how many cars is out there? Pull up the footage and see how many cars is there. You got people who rented buses. You got people who own buses, who are staying on their buses through this festival or whatever the hell this shit is. And to top that all off, they're not sleeping out there. They are not sleeping, partying or whatever the hell they're doing. They're doing it with no sleep. And again, like I said, jump down the rabbit hole. There's stories about people who turned up missing out there. People who they found after the festival. Pull up the name Kylie Rodney. See about that. And then to add to all the craziness, they built a quote-unquote orgy dome. You ain't just hear what I said, right? I am not going to say it again. You heard what I said. They built that. They was planning on getting busy in a dust storm. Everybody, pull up the videos and see how many people there. They made a dorm to get nasty in. I don't know. They saying it's an energy harvest meet. I don't know what it is, man, but whatever it is. Matter of fact, you know what? Whoever knows what it is, I want you to jump in the comments and let me know what you know about Burning Man. Because to me right now, it seems kind of crazy, man. I'm out.
On top of that, because of it's located in the middle of the desert, so any kind of weather event is gonna be amplified. I remember it was like last year's Burning Man or last year's Burning Man. There was a flood going on, so it was terrible. But you know, they do have a lot of cool looking art pieces coming out of the Burning Man every year, so that's cool. All right.
This new Netflix documentary is like the modern version of what Dee Dee Blanchard did to Gypsy Rose. Lauren Licari was just 14 years old when she and her boyfriend Owen started getting these creepy, anonymous texts. They were threats, they were insults, and they were even very adult messages. This went on for 18 months, and everyone thought it was just a random, unknown bully until the FBI traced it back to Lauren's mom. Kendra claimed that she did do it, but she didn't start the text, but that story never lined up with the evidence. And just like Dee Dee Blanchard Blanchard made Gypsy Rose's life all about her, Kendra made Lauren's suffering all about control. Dee Dee manipulated everyone around Gypsy, from neighbors to doctors, and Kendra manipulated the entire system too. Kendra was constantly checking in with the FBI agent asking for progress, so much so that the agent said it just felt off. Like she was trying to control the investigation, like she was trying to control her daughter's life. They had been together for 2 years, but it was so bad that Owen had no choice but to break up with Lauren. And then when Owen tried to get a new girlfriend in a different town, Kendra started harassing the girlfriend. Or this unknown number. They didn't know it was Kendra yet. Every time Lauren was being harassed, she would go to her mother for comfort, and then Kendra got exactly what she wanted. She got closeness. She got this like twisted sense of being needed. And during her arrest, she didn't even deny it. She clung to Lauren. She said, I don't want to leave her. And when you look at this case, it looks like a digital age type of Munchausen by proxy, creating someone suffering to make them dependent. And that is the same exact thing that Dee Dee did to Gypsy Rose. But instead of online harassment, it was illness. There was a lot wrong with Kendra. She had been lying about her employment. She claimed that she had jobs that didn't exist. I say this because I think it supports my case that she was manipulating everyone around her and trying to maintain this like facade of a stable life. Like both of these women were tricking everyone in the community. Also, her kid was getting harassed for 18 months and she was the main person trying to figure out who the stalker was. Psychotic behavior. She ended up pleading guilty to 2 counts of cyber stalking and was sentenced to 19 months in prison. And it's crazy to me that she like immediately admitted it. She traumatized her daughter, her 14-year-old daughter, so she would run to her for comfort. This is Unknown Number, the high school catfish, and it's on Netflix right now. Follow for more recommendations.
Yeah, so I think she's right. I mean, it's typical Munchausen by proxy syndrome, and it just in a cyberpunk kind of way. Alright.
3i Atlas just got even weirder. So observing 3i Atlas on a physical light spectrum, it has a diameter of around 25,000 kilometers, right? That's twice the size of the Earth almost. Now observing it with the Sphere X, okay, this grows dramatically. This is on the infrared spectrum and it grows to around 700,000 kilometers, okay? That's half the size of the sun, right? And this is what it's expelling gas from CO2, little bits of water vapor and things of that nature. It's reaching the size of half the sun, mate. What? And it's still growing. So this is a observation from the JWST of different slices of a micrometer on what's being expelled from 3i Atlas, okay? So on the top right corner we have carbon dioxide, right? So you can see there. Now on the left side on the top, that is a dust type particle that's being emitted, okay? That's the major spread alongside the CO2. Now on the bottom left here, you will see a H2O, so that is water. So not as large as the others there, as you can see. And then on the right side it is a carbon monoxide. So very small amounts on the 2 bottom sections here, very large at the top, which is very strange. But here's a graph of what's actually being outgassed from 3i Atlas itself. Okay, so this is what's inside. So right now we have a big part of the dust that's being emitted. We have water itself, physical water, then we have water ice, then we have a major spike over here where I'm going to be pointing right here of carbon dioxide. So there's a massive amount of carbon dioxide being emitted from this, which is very, very strange. And then we have carbon monoxide and then other carbon based type substances that is also being protruded from this as well, which is very strange. Also plasma as well. There's plasma present, quite a lot of it too. So as this bad boy approaches the sun, the coma will only expand, mate. It's going to probably be about the size of the sun, if not even bigger. And what does that mean? So here, as it approaches the sun, the ionization of the coma will increase and make it more electromagnetically active, expanding the coma, almost reaching the size of the sun or beyond. Now with it being electromagnetically active, this can actually interact with things in our solar system, whether that would be the sun chucking out more solar flares, things of that nature, might be interacting with our planet, you know, all the magnetic fields and things like that. So what this is going to bring, we don't actually know, other than hope for the best. And again, as this thing swings through the solar system, you have the theories whether this is actually carrying information, vibrational energy, electromagnetic energy, things of that nature, where this could possibly be something that can interact with us as a species as a whole, mate. A intergalactic, interstellar messenger, if you will. But as this thing swings past, mate, we're not watching a comet. This is something in its own classification, man. Something completely beyond anything we've ever seen, guys. This is amazing.
Yeah, so this 3i Atlas is definitely not a comet, but Is it a interstellar messenger?
Yeah.
Alright.
The Temple Institute put out a thing this month in August that says it's time to build. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done before that can happen.
Yeah.
But that'd be crazy.
Dude, we're right on track for 2027.
They did that sacrifice, the practice sacrifice. They literally did everything that they're supposed to do. They think that they actually might have used a real qualified red heifer. So the theory is that they actually already did the sacrifice.
I guess I'm trying to understand like what this thing's gonna actually look like and how long it's gonna take.
It'll look exactly like the second temple.
The thing is, you don't just build it without opposition. Like that entire region of the world will be coming down on that building. It'll be a war.
Now, why do people not want this temple to be built?
The Temple Mount has the Dome of the Rock, which is the third most holy site in the Muslim faith.
They're arguing over the specific location.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
That would basically solidify Jerusalem as the Jewish state. Right now, Israel is very Jewish, Christian, Muslim, but this would be like, nope, just Judaism.
The fact that they're doing mock sacrifices because they've been keeping them around for so long, and that, I mean, there's obviously something happening behind the scenes that we don't know about.
One guy even said, he's like, I don't think you understand the weight of this. We haven't even done sacrifice of a red heifer in 2,000
That's
years.
what I was gonna say.
I'm telling you, 2027 is it.
It might be.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm over here at the storage, and I don't know if it's me, but y'all tell me I don't see that. Oh no. I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but the fuck is that? Duh. I don't. Maybe I'm bugging. No, I know y'all just see that, right?
Oh man, there's something about like long hallway that just kind of creeps you out. But I guess maybe there was a person there when she arrived. Maybe there was a person there just, you know, checking their storage and then just keep poking their head out to try to see. Alright, and that's it for today's video. If you like this type of video, please give it a like and subscribe and turn on the notification, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.